Hey, what's going on, everyone? James Nine Numbers here, and welcome back to another episode of the Political Freedom Fighters podcast. Now, in the last episode, I ended up talking about Nina Lin and Zoe Spencer's temporary Twitch ban on Twitch due to their live streaming of their sexual assault on Facebook's assistant Saeed. And I wanted to talk about this specific topic in the last episode, but I didn't have time. So in this episode, I am going to be talking about the situations that happened with Emiru in revolving to her and in Twitchcon and her allegations against Mizkif. Now, I know I'm a little bit late to this, so some new information has probably come out since then, but I figured I want to make a video on this because this is quite serious, and this is also in relation to Twitch and sexual assault again, and I feel like this needs to be said because these allegations are quite serious. And I also ended up stumbling upon these on Sunday. Let me check to see what day I found them. Yeah, on October 26th, the same day I found out about the whole Nina Lin situation. So with that being said, in this episode, I will be talking about everything that's happened with Emiru in regards to what I learned that day. But the first thing we will be going over is what happened to her on Twitch. This was mainly where we first learned about all of what's been going on with Emiru recently. So with that being said, we're going to pull up an article just to give you all some context as to what happened with her on Twitch, since that's what we're going to be going with first. All right, here we go. We're going to pull up the article, and let's read it. Here we go. And the ad's not going to go... Dude, I really don't have time for this. This video is going to be more of a long video, so I really want these ads to just go away. Please. My God. Oh, my God. I might need to pause the video real quick. Come on. Alright, okay, I managed to get that ad out of the way, so now let's actually read what's been going on with Emiru when it comes and the situation around her and Twitch, specifically TwitchCon. Anyways, Twitch faces backlash after popular streamer Emiru allegedly assaulted by fan on video at TwitchCon meet and greet. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Live streaming service Twitch is facing backlash after videos captured... God, stop! Please, for the love of God, stop. No. After videos captured popular streamer Emiru being assaulted by a rogue fan during the TwitchCon meet and greet. Video footage circulated on social media of the man storming toward Emiru, whose real name is Emily Beth Shunk, and attempted to grab her face and kiss her during a meet and greet event on the first day of the streaming platform's flagship convention in San Diego on Friday. Shung, 27, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, if not, I'm sorry, visibly recoiled as her personal security guard ran to shove the man away, the clip showed. And this is basically the image of the clip of what happened. I will show you the clip later on just for some context. And, yeah. The popular cosplayer with over 2 million followers on Twitch blasted the platform's handling of the alleged assault in a statement on X. Oh yeah, and by the way, Emiru did end up posting a video about it on her YouTube channel, and I will be linking that in the description below in case you all want to check it out. So anyways, yesterday, the man who assaulted me was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon and even in front of another creator's meet and greet to grab me in my face and try to kiss me, Shunk wrote. Wow! Stay up to date with the security in the clip who reacts as my own security. However, there were at least 3 or 4 other TwitchCon security staff in the area who did not react and let the guy walk away, she claimed. Wow! Wow, security doesn't even give a damn, that sucks. Just like this stinking website who just wants to just be buggy all day. I'm sorry about that, guys. Twitch responded in a statement Saturday saying it will boost security measures by adding additional security personnel and has barred attendees from bringing any +1s to TwitchCon. Okay, that's clearly just a statement just to make themselves feel good. This is not a real plan. They're just saying it. I don't think they're actually committed to it at all. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises. God damn it! Oh my God. And they are banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in personal events. We are coordinating with the impacted creators team and per our standard protocols, continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations, the statement read. Twitch has zero tolerance for harassment or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community, the company wrote. That is cap, type X for doubt. Sean claimed the company's statement was a blatant lie and that the assaulter was not immediately caught or detained. He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet, and I didn't hear he was caught until hours after he attacked me. And it felt like this only happened because of my manager pressing for it, not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. Shunk wrote. The content creator said she is obviously shaken up by the ordeal. In a video posted to YouTube, she added that her manager contacted police after the incident and plans to press charges against the man. I really hope that goes well for her, I really do. She also claimed Twitch is planning to suspend the man from the streaming platform for a month before possibly ruling on an indefinite ban. The San Diego Sheriff's Office did not respond to a request for comment on additional information about the man or any charges filed against him. Alright? The shocking incident comes after several female streamers have voiced concerns over their safety at TwitchCon events. So this isn't even the first time? This has been going on for years now? There have been problems. Are you kidding me, Twitch? You've done absolutely nothing to stop it? Come on, Twitch. Yeah, Twitch, you're screwed. You're really screwed. Damn, I wonder how much it costs to even get into TwitchCon in the first place, because surely it can't be free. So, damn, Twitch is just scamming people. Come on now. Many of the concerns have been elevated over the murder of a Japanese streamer, Ivy Sato, who was stabbed to death in March by a follower on a Tokyo street, the New York Times reported. Oh my god, I actually didn't know that. Oh my god. Sato, 22, had been filming herself making a circuit of major train stations when Kenji Takano, 42, allegedly ambushed her and stabbed her in the head, neck, and torso on a busy street. I don't feel irrational about it. I feel... Oh my freaking god! Stop! Just stop! My god, are you kidding me? I'm gonna need to pause the video. I apologize for this. Frickin' MSN, you guys suck. You guys really, really, really suck. Oh my god. Anyways, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. I don't feel irrational about it. I feel very scared, one streamer Cutie Cinderella said on a podcast episode last month. Wow! Twitch. Well, yeah, basically, this incident is just one out of a whole bunch of stuff that has been going on with Twitch in the past few years. And it's all finally catching up to Twitch. This is horrible. But anyways, let me pull up the YouTube. Let me pull up the YouTube short of the incident just to give you all some context as to what I'm talking about. This is going to be. I will note that this is going to be very hard to watch, and this is going to be very triggering to some people. So if you're sensitive about it, I urge you to skip this video for a bit and then come right back. Oh, I'm glad he pushed him out of the way, though. That's insane. My God. Yeah, this was pretty awful. And you know what though? And you know what's so funny about it? Well, this situation is not funny, but you know what's so funny about all this? The CEO of Twitch ended up having to make an apology video or an apology statement for the incident. So, yeah, Twitch knew they were in the wrong here. So let's read it together. And there's a freaking advertisement. I hate having to do this again, but I'm gonna need to pause the video. And you're not pausing. I apologize again, everyone. Oh my god, I'm so pissed. Anyways, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy apologizes for TwitchCon assault of Emiru and his interview comments on the incident. We failed, both in allowing it to occur and in our response following. Okay. In response to the assault of streamer Emiru at last weekend's TwitchCon, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy has issued an apology from the streamer's platform's account on X, formerly Twitter. Clancy apologized for security lapses and promised improvements at future events. He also expressed regret for his prior comments about the incident, seemingly referring to an interview with Taylor Lorenz at the convention. I think he's only saying that now because he's getting backlash for it. If this issue didn't get as big as it was, he probably would have ignored it or probably would have avoided accountability like he has done in the past most likely. First, I want to be upfront and take accountability for the security incident that occurred during Emiru's meet and greet, Clancy said in an official statement. It shouldn't have happened, and we take that very seriously. We failed both in allowing it to occur and in our response following. We mismanaged our communications about the incident, and that includes the comments I made. I apologize to Emiru for all that took place. Clancy promised that Twitch would conduct a formal analysis of the incident. I honestly doubt that, as well as a review of Twitchcon security as a whole. I don't think he's going to do anything. I have massive doubts. The CEO also said that the company would look into stricter rules on IRL streaming. That seems somewhat of a double-edged sword. I get it, but it's also a double-edged sword. And honestly, I think this might just be a grift as well, to make it sound like he's actually doing something, but really he ain't doing anything. Because Twitch is a lot of people do use Twitch to watch their favorite streamers, so yeah, I don't know about that. Man on the street cycle content with a mobile setup at the event, as well as a review of accessibility for future events. Clancy's allusion to his own prior comments is likely in reference to what he said in his interview with Lorenz, held at the convention but uploaded a few days later on Wednesday, October 22nd. The interview touched on a host of topics, including free speech, yes, yay for free speech, viewership, and demographics on the streaming platform. But Lorenz also asked Clancy about the assault of Emiru. While Clancy said that what happened yesterday obviously was something that we deeply care about, professed his friendship with Emiru, and promised a review of security, he defended Twitch's trust and safety practices and also argued that the incident was part of a wider social trend beyond Twitch. I mean, yeah, that's true, but that does not excuse Twitch for what happened. Some commenters also interpreted him as saying it was Emiru's responsibility to remove threatening viewers from her community to prevent incidents like this. Wow. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society, Clancy told Lorenz. I mean, that's true, but it's almost starting to sound like he's trying to make sure Twitch avoids accountability for what happened to Emiru. And it really sucks. Clancy told Lorenz, I do think that when you're live streaming in many ways, since you control your community and can ban people, you can make it so that those people you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there. The reality is that even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves, especially when someone is putting themselves out there. We try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and works for them. Okay, YouTube has said some comments like this as well on their site, and let's be real, that's BS. That final statement touches on an aspect of the incident not addressed in Clancy's apology. Emiru alleged prior to the meet and greet, I think that's a typo, that she did not want to hold the event due to security concerns, but had to go through with it as it was contractually obligated to hold a show later at the convention. Wow! Emiru has not yet made a public response to the apology or Clancy's interview at the time of the writing, and commenters remain critical of and unsatisfied with Twitch's official response. The platform's safety policy, streamers' trust in them, and the future of its in-person convention are still part of a developing story. Oh yeah, and by the way, I know I've said this before and I'll say it again, Emiru did end up uploading a YouTube video in response to the whole thing. It is on YouTube right now, and once again, I do have the link to the description. I do have the link to the video in the description below in case you all want to check it out for yourself. So with that being said, let me pull up a YouTube video. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, I'm glad I found this video too. Let me play this ad on my it is what it is. But yeah, this next video is basically this next video that I'm gonna be showing you is made by a YouTuber by the name of Legal Mindset. It's called Twitchcon Liability Nightmare Fast Facts. And yeah, I really want to show you guys about this because yeah, because let's be real, there are going to be consequences that Twitch will end up having to face because of the situation like this. And yeah, I think we should watch it together because I think this is really important.
TwitchCon did not go well, and we're going to talk about it today on the episode of Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney. I'm back after a short break. It's good to be back with you guys, and it's good to have some time for myself. So let's get right into it. We've got, of course, a PP for you today, a nice PowerPoint.
A PP?
On the death of Twitch.
A PowerPoint, got it.
Several issues that are really compounding for Twitch, some of which we've been talking about on this channel for a very long time. So, of course, the main one, the one that everyone's talking about, and the kind of main death knell I'm seeing here for Twitch is the Emiru assault.
Yes.
And that is due to the failure or lack of security at TwitchCon. She was denied her own bodyguard. There was an assault.
That's insane.
An individual came up and attempted to hug, grab, grope her without any permission, warning whatsoever. And that is a major, major issue, particularly since we know that Twitch has had security issues in the past. Then we had a bunch of bungled mistakes with Chibidoki's meet and greet, in which she was at first denied entry. There's some reports that she was forced to unmask herself in front of certain people in order to and then cutting that meet and greet short. So a lot of problems there. Then you've got Hassan, the golden boy of Twitch, under pressure, which once again, while not happening at TwitchCon, happening around the same time as TwitchCon, indeed is not good for Twitch. That's their golden boy. That's Dan Clancy's favorite, and that's an obvious problem for them. And then the last, and one of the most important, is the lack of moderation of Twitch content, which perhaps is the most damaging and puts them in a category along with Roblox in terms of...
Yeah, from what I've heard, Twitch is also very inconsistent when it comes to moderation as well. So, yeah, this is pretty bad.
The potential regulatory action. So let's start with Emiru's claim. So obviously, if you saw in the video, and most people have seen the video, you can watch that in my live version, which we go over everything and all the video, all the facts. But if you saw that, you saw that, hey, she had concerns. She has a history of stalkers that have come after her. There's a massive history of security issues at TwitchCon and with Twitch events in general. And therefore, there are several causes of action that she could pursue. First, there's the general negligence theory. So that's essentially broad negligence for failure to detain the individual. They just let them walk out. They failed to coordinate with law enforcement.
Oh, my God.
They bungled that overall. But beyond that, there's a more specific negligent security claim. So essentially, the organizer failed to provide adequate measures to prevent the incident. So sufficiently trained personnel, barriers, etc., things they could have done to protect Emiru and the streamer. Of course, they did not do that. And given the fact that in 2022, 2024, and earlier this year in Rotterdam in 2025, there were significant security issues, they should have known. This was not a first off. This is not a first-time event.
Exactly.
It's not something they should know about. Dan Clancy tried to play this off as, oh, this is just something that happens, and it's normal, and it's a sign of the times, and, you know, streamers can control their community. That doesn't work. As an organizer, when you put together an event, you have a responsibility for that event to be safe.
Exactly.
If there are known risks, and streamers are at risk when they're out there, not just from parasocial fans, but people that might want to hurt them or harm them. That's obviously something that is out there. And then you, of course, have breach of contract. So there may have been safety provisions, and I don't know this. This is my speculation. There may have been some provisions in her contract. So if I was her agent, or if I were her himself, I would go to a lawyer and say, hey, look, is there anything in my contract here that was breached? Because it very well may have been something breached in that contract.
That's a fair point.
The last one, though, and I think this one is the most poignant, is the post-incident handling leading to intentional infliction of emotional distress. I think a lot of things, such as them joking about this and, you know, otherwise minimizing it, I think that is absolutely harmful for her, given...
Yes, and especially with her allegations against Mizkif on her next long YouTube video, this is quite serious. So you can understand where Emiru is coming from when it comes to this whole TwitchCon situation.
her history with stalkers. She has a long history with stalkers. It's a known thing for her. And I think failure to do that, inflicting someone with that emotional distress and then taunting them, adding to that fire,
Oh yeah, and by the way, for the Mizkif allegations, we actually only ended up learning about that like after the whole TwitchCon situation, as you all know. But I'll get back to the Mizkif allegations later in this video. We got to continue watching this because I think this is so important.
definitely makes these viable. So I think that if she goes to a lawyer, these are all things they should look at and consider. Maybe they don't go with all of them. Maybe they just go maybe negligent security and IAED, intentional infliction of emotional distress. But these are all things that I think are very viable for Emiru. Let's get into Chibidoki. This is one that was brought up on my VTuber lovers.
Oh yeah, this is another incident that happened on this year's TwitchCon as well, apparently. And wow. So basically, Twitch does not even support anonymity as well. Wow, that is pretty evil.
And this is one where Chibidoki's event, and very beloved VTuber Chibidoki, had an event that was cut short, so not everybody got to see her. And that's because they were concerned about safety because the line was too long. But beyond that, they also botched the event in terms of the wristband. So they gave her a wristband to enter, and they wouldn't actually let her enter. They had to send her over to the desk to get permission to enter. And at that point, some people reported she had to unmask herself, which
wow.
VTubers, which have a very, very specific security and financial interest in remaining anonymous. Number one, obviously, just like all other streamers, their identity, if they choose to remain anonymous, and put them at risk, put them at massive risk. But beyond that, if you're thinking about these people financially, VTubers financially, a lot of them base their entire strategy, their entire monetary strategy, on not being unmasked. So if they're forcing a VTuber to unmask himself, to reveal himself, that is something that could undercut their actual financial stream, their model, and therefore I think there could be some financial damages there as well. So,
oh come on!
It's never been easier to start a podcast
go away,
than with
go away, go away, go away,
First, go to Riverside.
go away. This is not sponsored.
Let's go over Hassan. This is one I
Hassan.
really find interesting. So at the exact same time this is happening,
if I hadn't mentioned it last episode, Twitch has a massive obsession with Hassan Abi. Even though Hassan is arguably one of the most controversial Twitch streamers out there, to the point where he should have been banned, but Twitch is just pumping up a lot of money. And Hassan is also a Democrat shill. So yeah.
I've seen several videos of Hassan kind of hitting his limit where he's saying, I'm just tired of streaming. Nothing's working. No change, no real change is happening. You see him out here with his dog, and he's walking wearing a bulletproof vest with a press label on it, a press chevron on it, walking around a very, very peaceful city. And people are obviously pillorying him for that. I will say this, and I am obviously taking a different route, and you've seen this with a lot of my coverage of Somali Vitali, where even the people that are my enemies, even the people that don't like me, I still say they deserve a chance, they deserve an option to do good, to be forgiven, to choose the right path, choose the good path. Even Hassan, I'm willing to look past all the defamation that he's done and say, hey, Hassan, for the best, and I can say this myself, having just taken a streaming break, it's one of the best things I did in my life, to just take a solid break where I just didn't look at the internet for several days. That actually was quite good. And one of the things I did do during that time was do some charity work. I actually gave we helped somebody prepare food and give it to the less fortunate.
That's pretty nice.
Helping out the homeless, going to the temples here in Thailand. And once again, I think that's very fulfilling. Hassan's in LA. They got Skid Row down there between, 3rd and 7th, right? Where he could go down there and help the homeless, help people out. If he wants to do something in line with his socialist views, he could go start a community garden. He could pick up a shovel and start digging and plant some plants. Whatever. I think that would actually do him some good right now rather than streaming and continuing to dig himself deeper, as Collargate is not going anywhere anytime soon. That's going to be going on for a very, very, very long time. And I think...
Oh, is it about the situation with his dog? If that's the case, oh, man.
She raises some very interesting questions, particularly in regards to, and I do stand by this, of, hey, look, you're putting the shock collar on the dog, put the shock collar on
Oh,
Hassan.
it
Someone
is.
actually suggested to
Oh
me
my
that
God.
they do it as an armband or on the dominant hand or on the wrist. So it shocks somebody there if they go to do an action, which would be very, very, very Pavlovian training for somebody who's doing something wrong. But once again, I think Hassan definitely needs to step back for a second as kind of the profile of a spoiled Nepo baby who's never seen anything real. Instead of going out and doing fashion shoots and GQ or whatever else, he needs to go out and actually help people, and maybe he'll be more fulfilled, and maybe he'll actually, go down a better path. But of course, we can only hope, right? We can only hope. Now, let's go here with moderation. This is a big one, and this is one that I'm very interested in, particularly as I think it's heading down the Roblox route, essentially.
Oh, sorry about that again. But I was about to say, it's heading towards the same route as Roblox? Oh, man. As you all know, Roblox is in some massive trouble for basically banning people who are actually trying to protect children while allowing children predators to basically come onto their servers, if you know what I mean. And if Twitch is going through that same route, oh boy, this is going to be a problem. And I think another concern that we would need to worry about is, are we heading towards internet censorship? Because then at some point we're either going to have to rely on a strict corporation that basically doesn't even care about people's safety, only cares about profit, to enact rules that don't work, or we rely on government that basically, thanks to COPPA not being effective at all, the government will be responsible for censoring everyone on the internet. And honestly, this is pretty scary. And in situations like this is a lose-lose situation. And I'll be honest with you, I really don't know what the right answer is. All I know is the answer has to be local and within us, not by some authority figure, because we've tried that for who knows how long and it hasn't worked. So, I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Because with recent tests, which I've seen others run on Twitch, with starting a new channel and trying to stream whatever, including very vile content that would not be acceptable on most other major platforms, stuff that would get you banned immediately. Well, all of that stuff bypassed the filters, all that stuff got on Twitch without any moderation. And the big issue that appears to happen is Twitch appears to lack any automated moderation, relying on manual moderation. The problem with that, with purely manual moderation, particularly if it's not getting the most vile stuff, is number one, you're letting a lot of stuff that clearly breaks TOS pass. But beyond that, you're actually engaging in discriminatory moderation.
Yes.
So some are punished severely. Some are punished a very long time. You call somebody fat, you're out for, a month, whatever, right? Whereas others are not punished at all. They're given a pass. This is something that leads
the
to
double
a massive
standard
danger for regulatory action. That is states taking action. And especially if this dangerous content is getting out there to people that are minors, which is a massive part of the Twitch ecosystem.
Sadly,
so
yes.
If you Roblox regulatory action, you could see very similar stuff happening on Twitch because they know this is an issue. They very well know this is an issue, and they're just choosing to ignore that. So my conclusions here are Twitch is facing all of these issues at once. And because they're facing all of these issues at once again, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next week. But this can be the death spiral for Twitch. This could be as they go down or as they get hit. And what could happen? Well, of course, you also have parent company Amazon, which was just cyber attacked.
I actually did not know that.
Over-reliance
Interesting.
on AI by Amazon Web Services that just happened today.
Yeah, and this is kind of why we still have to have pen and paper, because just in case the internet doesn't work, we still have to be able to keep records somehow.
Right? You could have a lot of that stuff maybe is going to be automated. Maybe AI is going to take over. Of course, there's problems with that. As you see, without a human link in that chain, it can be kind of sloppy. It can miss things. It can over-regulate. And I think the time is right for lawsuits right now, regulatory action or replacement of Twitch leadership, a.k.a. Dan Clancy. So I think the time is right for all of these things, and I think we should continue to monitor it very, very closely because I think there will be action. Emiru
I hope
definitely
so.
should bring
I hope so.
Definitely should try something against Twitch. There's no reason not to at this point, and there's more than enough basis for her to bring that on one of those causes of action. But I want to know what you guys think.
I agree.
Let me know if you like the
I agree. I'm going to need to pause the video real quick again. All right, with that being said, with the whole Emiru situation involving Twitchcon, I ended up finding a video about everything that has gone wrong with Twitchcon this year. It's made by a YouTuber. Let me see if I can scroll down. Okay, that doesn't work. Hold on. Let me see if I'm gonna exit my screen. By Mr. Thinker. So shout out to him. And I think he did initially have like another YouTube video in regards to some detail about the Emiru situation on TwitchCon, but I think that got taken down for violating community guidelines. I do feel bad for Mr. Thinker because he was just trying to display the facts and display the truth, not to be inappropriate. So yeah, I really hope Mr. Thinker is doing all right. So with that being said, we're gonna watch this video about what else has gone wrong with TwitchCon, because apparently there was a whole bunch that went wrong with this year at TwitchCon, and well, we're getting ready to find out.
Alright, TwitchCon 2025 is finally over, thank God, because this was nothing short of a disaster. I've been covering TwitchCon on this channel extensively for almost a month now, talking about potential security concerns we could see at TwitchCon, things that have happened at last TwitchCons, and how we expect the higher-ups to respond. And it is safe to say that they did not deliver, as we have seen some of the worst incidents come out of this TwitchCon. So let's talk about them. Welcome to everything that went wrong at TwitchCon that I'm aware of. We're gonna start off with a story that went a little bit under the radar, as it happened close to the same time as the massive incident with Emiru. A massive VTuber on Twitch, Chibi Doki, with over 720,000
that Chibi Doki again
wasn't being allowed into her own meet and greet as they couldn't ID her because she was wearing a mask. Mind you, she did have her actual ID on her, but in order for them to verify who she was, they basically forced her to face reveal, as they required her to unmask herself in front of a line of fans. Now, there are several issues with this, the glaring one being, if somebody is a VTuber, they are very likely a faceless creator. People typically become VTubers for privacy and safety reasons. Either they don't want to be recognized, or they don't want to be constantly associated with their character. Requiring her to unmask in front of her fans ignores this notion and shows a complete disregard for your VTuber creators. Chibi was very understanding of this, as this occurred after the Emiru situation, where they kind of tried to hastily improve security. But giving your creators a band that doesn't work and then forcing them to go to the permission desk to get into their own meet and greet isn't increasing security. Speaking of those wristbands, there was also a clip that went viral of somebody walking into the meet and greet area with a band that clearly wasn't working as intended. Now, to be fair, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on in this clip, because there were also +1s allowed in the meet and greet, so it's possible that this guy would have been allowed in anyway, but based on what we already talked about with Chibi Doki, the bracelet system wasn't working properly. And mind you, this was not a one-time occurrence. Another faceless creator on Twitch named Aruna Reva had walked through what the hell? And everything was fine, and the staff
weak-ass security measures from Twitch again. Oh my god.
In front of everyone, forcing me to show my face, being given no hint of privacy. As a partnered creator who doesn't show her entire face, it was terrifying and so uncomfortable to be forced to do that in front of everyone. Would have been okay going to the side with less people to do it. Another faceless creator named Night Rose, also a VTuber, was told by a security guard that you need to unmask now or I'm not fucking letting you in.
Wow! That was blunt.
So there was a lot of issues with VTuber identification, but that wasn't the only issues that the VTuber had, as going back to Chibi Doki, not only was she forced to unmask in public, but she was then also required to end her meet and greet early.
Why?
What was happening with the organization of the event? Apparently they told creators that if they wanted to meet everybody in line for a meet and greet, but there wasn't enough time, that they would be moved to a separate area. But this was obviously a lie, and when they told all the
that's a
people
lie.
waiting in line that they were ending the meet and greet, they said that they were doing so because Chibi requested to end it as she was feeling sick. Chibi then comes onto Twitter and says, "I never even told any staff I'm sick. I'm so confused."
Oh, so they lied again. Wow. What a surprise. Twitch lying? What?
Staff talked to me in the meet and greet area before telling us to cut the line short. I'm so sorry if this is true. We had another unfortunate and scary incident within the VTuber space at TwitchCon this year, where a VTuber named Ricky has also allegedly been assaulted at this TwitchCon. Ricky also happened to be one of the VTubers who at last TwitchCon got their drink tampered with at the VTuber after party, which
Oh
was
my
something that
God.
we briefly talked about some weeks ago. Now, from what I can tell, this didn't happen at the main event, but rather at an invite-only after
Same
party.
guy?
This obviously brings in factors like alcohol.
What the
being
hell?
involved, and as the people would have already been in close proximity, it would have been...
Alright. Clearly someone is targeting this specific VTuber for whatever reason. I don't know why, but if I was him, I would want to keep my guard up and keep security up and try to focus on getting actual security who will actually do their job, unlike Twitch. So, if I was him, I would have my guard way up.
been a little bit harder for security to intervene to prevent anything. Ricky did state that the security did remove the person swiftly, and the security and event hosts were incredible to him, which is good.
That's good.
It's still just the matter of how did this person get into this event in the first place. We still don't know who this person was. If it was a fellow creator, it might start to make a little bit more sense, but only time will tell if this is actually a fault on Twitch or not. But moving out of the VTuber side of things now, let's talk about the Neon situation. Now,
Neon?
streamers already
What
have
happened?
quite the reputation for starting trouble at TwitchCon, especially last year. And you had your odd clip every now and then of a kick streamer streaming at TwitchCon and things just being a little bit awkward, but none as big as this Neon situation. Now, not gonna
What
lie,
happened?
this whole thing is kind of odd and like super overblown, but I'm gonna talk about it briefly anyway. Basically, Neon goes up to this lady who's another streamer named Emiru, and the interaction starts off fine until Neon invites her to his after party. When she asks why she's invited, Neon says, "Oh, it's because you're very beautiful," and she replies with, "I love being objectified." Now, the situation probably could have just been left there, like Neon was being a bit creepy, she didn't want to go to the party, that all makes sense.
Oh god damn it, another ad. No, this video is not sponsored. Go away.
But then Neon went on at the end of the clip to yell this.
It's always a fat friend, bro.
Come on, dude.
But you should know, if you're gonna let Neon in the convention, something like this is literally bound to happen. Emma Rome then took it upon herself to quote tweet the interaction saying, "Chat, get his ass," which again was pretty uncalled for, and led to her getting much more backlash from Neon's much larger fan base. The situation was like, I don't know, Neon was clearly being creepy and looking for OnlyFans girls to come to his party, which probably shouldn't be going on at TwitchCon. But then Emiru attempting to weaponize her fan base to try and harass him was also not the most sensible idea.
That's true.
The harassment from Neon's fans got so bad that M just ended up leaving the convention and not coming back. So the moral of this story is, can we just stop letting the kick streamers at TwitchCon? Let them have KickCon or something like that, where they can call each other slurs and you can...
Yes, exactly. Why? Wait, kick streamers are allowed at TwitchCon? I actually didn't know that. My god, come on, man.
Have a slot machine around every corner so they can, I don't know, do what kick streamers do. So yeah, somehow, even though security was highlighted as a concern, it seemed like we had a higher volume of issues this TwitchCon than in any other TwitchCon previously. There should still be some sort of after party tonight, I assume, but I'm gonna upload this video as is, as this being all of the other incidents that I could find, because there's actually no way Twitch allows another issue to occur at another after party. I really hope they don't prove me wrong on that. But with all of these issues, people have been calling for the CEO of Twitch, Dan Clancy, to step down.
That's understandable.
Because at an event where his objective as the CEO is to have as little security complaints and injuries as possible after last year, a clip literally goes viral of him.
Well, that didn't work out now, did it? But wait, what is this?
Him picking up and dropping a female creator on stage.
What the hell? What? Why? Why is this a thing? Why? What? Oh!
You can't make this up. There actually has to be more context to this that I'm missing. Firstly,
oh my god,
why is Dan on stage?
Exactly.
Secondly, why is he picking up this lady? Like, what is?
Why?
What's actually going on here? My rant about Dan Clancy is a whole video in and of itself, but is this guy not like a clout chaser? Zach Bussey actually said it today on Twitter. Unfortunately, Dan Clancy is stuck in the longest running
"How do you do, fellow kids?"
skit of his life. It's nice how involved he wants to be for his own benefit.
These are my friends.
He says, ignoring
What the
reality
hell?
that he is the CEO and these are not his friends.
Exactly.
It will be a harsh reality he will face when he is no longer CEO.
Mhm.
Dan should be in the command center putting together a new team of security.
Yeah.
He's on stage dropping his creators on their head.
That's
I don't
messed
know.
up.
I'm gonna end this off on some positivity though, because there's been lots of negativity swirling around. Emiru did go on to finish her show after her incident, and
That's
look at
good.
the crowd response.
And make some noise for Emmy right fucking now. Let's go. Louder. Standing ovation. Get up.
I'm glad she's getting the applause because holy cow.
Stop, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
There are still good people in the community, and it is always important to remember that.
That's true.
That is enough from me. This should be one of the last times we really talk about TwitchCon this
I
year.
doubt it.
I am interested to see the managerial changes that Twitch does or doesn't make after these events, though, which is something I'll definitely be talking about. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. We basically post here every day, so I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
All right, that is going to conclude it for the Emiru situation involving TwitchCon. And let me exit this out. And Emiru did make another video talking a little bit more about the TwitchCon incident. But in that specific video, she did also make some allegations against a fellow YouTube streamer by the name of Mizkif while she was dating him. And that was when we first learned about who Mizkif was for the first time ever, really, and the horrors that Emiru ended up facing, as well as other people involving their relationships with Mizkif. And I do have I do have the link of the video in the description below of Emiru talking about the allegations that she's making against Mizkif. In the description below. I won't be playing that video because that video is a pretty long video and it's outside my 60 to 90 minute episode podcasts, from the 60 to 90 minute length of the PFF podcast that I usually do. So I'm sorry for stumbling my words, but you get the idea. So we will be going over a whole bunch of other videos instead of people talking about their situations. They do also reference the video as well, so this will be a good summary as to so understanding what these creators are thinking will provide a good summary as to basically how people feel about the whole Emiru situation involving Mizkif. So with that being said, I actually gotta use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, let's watch this video.
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing.
I am totally okay with exposing a lot.
Oh yeah, Mizkif also did make a response to Emiru's video as well, and that response got massive backlash.
A lot of things and saying things. At this point, I think it's pretty obvious I will not be friends with any of these people after this. Ludwig was right. I am going to completely...
You have relations with Ludwig? Ah, I didn't know about that.
Separate myself from these people, this community, which is fine, and I've already been doing it. But I have hundreds of messages and DMs from people, things that people probably would never want to get released, that are very interesting for everyone, and I will be releasing it as time goes on, because why not? Go crazy. Who cares?
Boy, this is actually sick
hell?
and disgusting. Remember that young streamer, Emiru, who we covered 7 days ago on this channel that got assaulted at TwitchCon? The young streamer who had her assailant come around the barricade and come up, hug her, kiss her on the neck, potentially have something in his hand to, I don't know, do something with it. I can't even honestly think of what he was gonna do with the device that he had in his hand. Yeah, that same streamer. Well, in her address to Dan Clancy and the Twitch community about what happened, she said something very, very interesting. Something that had my ears kind of perk up.
But honestly, this has been a really hard year for me. Honestly, it's been really hard, like 2 years. I've been carrying a lot of really heavy burdens. There's a lot of things that I haven't wanted to talk about that I think I will probably be talking about when I get home from TwitchCon.
And lo and behold, the thing that she was talking about was levying allegations of SA, domestic abuse, verbal abuse, and a bunch of other things on streamer Mizkif, her ex-boyfriend. Now, I'm going to give a trigger warning. Some of the stuff that's about to be discussed in this video is actually kind of disgusting, and not even kind of disgusting, it's quite disgusting.
Yes.
You get to hear both her telling of the events, and because we waited long enough, we also get his telling and admittance to a lot of the things that she claims that he did in his own words. Emiru starts off this conversation by talking about how controlling and emotionally abusive Mizkif is.
God damn it. I really need to get an ad blocker on.
She talks about two different instances. One instance in which she was made to cry for hours on end based off of Mizkif's drunken rage about him being, you know, so insecure about his viewership. Emiru had more viewers than he did, and he didn't like the way that she was streaming on one of her Q&A drunken streams. So he called some—
Oh yeah, that's right. I actually ended up finding a video on that, which I will be showing you later on, just to give you all context as to what he's talking about.
Flash texted her and started berating her about how she was conducting herself on stream, causing her to take a brief 45-minute intermission to go off and handle this situation, only to come back and cry on camera.
Okay, wait, I need to walk around for a second. I'm a little bit, I think I took too many shots too quickly.
Oh, damn.
I'm doing great.
You don't sound like it.
Okay, I'm feeling great right now. So why don't we continue the Q&A for—
Yeah, you can tell something's wrong there with the sniffling.
A little bit.
Now, Mizkif would claim that she was going to farm parasocial viewerships. He was claiming that she was doing sexual things to, you know, garner a certain type of audience. He was saying that she was lifting her legs and doing something sexual with a bottle. But let me show you the clips. These are the clips that Mizkif is talking about that is garnering this audience. He's saying that this is a way for her to sexualize herself in order to—
Let's see the clips.
Some weird and controlling ass shit.
What the—
I'm turned on. I don't know. In this one, you got to be a super gooner to get turned on by this. Like, I don't—
Exactly.
He goes on to address these allegations that he is some sort of controlling freak. He acknowledges that he is this type of person, but I'm going to play it and let you hear how he describes it. That way you can make your own judgments.
I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this entire relationship. I know I wasn't. And I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress older, to stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole. Stop talking about
stalkers and schizos as a whole? What? That is not a good look, Mizkif. He started off sounding like he was taking accountability, but by saying stop talking about schizos and psychopaths and stalkers, you basically just tossed it all away. That's basically his bot.
past relationships, and yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is
why? That sounds controlling.
Because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want...
Look where we're at now.
Some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe.
Interesting.
And I know with how my mental was and who I was back then that I didn't do everything right. I know I could have done better, and I'm sorry. I know I was controlling, and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person. And I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry things got to this fucking point, man.
A way to sell it. I ain't gonna lie, Mizkif, way to sell it. He didn't want anybody else to end up harming her because...
And don't get me wrong, I believe that. I do believe that. He wasn't trying to, like, hurt other people. I guess it's just the way it sounded. It was, I don't know. What do you all think? The way it sounded at the beginning, I don't know. It was weird. It made me skeptical. But, honestly, whatever happens, I hope Mizkif is okay. I hope Mizkif does get the help that he needs because mental illness is really, really hard to fight against. And, you know, life's tough. I get it. I actually have some personal stuff that I do need to take care of, and it's kind of breaking me down a bit. But, you know, I'm sorry. Let's continue watching.
Because he wanted to be the only one to do it. This isn't the only situation of him being emotionally abusive to her.
Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom. The holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him, and he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour, and like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die, like threatening to kill both of us.
I'm gonna say this for anybody who's dealing with any sort of relationships or situationships that they feel potentially have the signs of being toxic. Anybody that's actively punching a hole in a wall, something that doesn't damage the wall greater than the hole that you put in it, but damages you, like they're physically willing to sacrifice themselves, that person is abusive, and they are willing to punch you even. The same thing with threats of violence or harming yourself. It's all kikis and ha-has until it's not. That whole conversation about, oh, I'm going to drive 150 miles per hour and we'll both end up dead in this car, that is not something to play with. That's not something to take lightly. If you're hearing those types of talking points in your relationship, that's a clear indicator and sign that somebody is abusive and that you should get out. This is a bit of violence that Mizkif himself even owns up to in his response to this Emiru blasting of him.
I was not perfect, and I reflect on those situations for...
Yeah, no one's perfect, dude. I get it. No one is perfect. And yeah, I wish we were all perfect, but then again, if we weren't perfect, if we were perfect, then we would have immortality, and we don't have that, so, but, you know, obviously I wish Mizkif would have been able to, like, I guess, control himself better, and, yeah.
With poor taste to myself. I'm ashamed that the situation...
Oh, yeah, and by the way, talking to what the guy in the orange shirt said earlier about, it's all laughs and giggles until somebody gets hurt. Yeah, this is a very common saying people say, like, all the time, and with people having to say it all the time, it's clear that we haven't really learned from it at all, if you know what I mean, so... Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me.
And that right there, is what people really complained about the most. Emiru throwing plushies at him, so as an excuse, he gets to punch walls. Yeah, people were clowning on him for that, because it's a plushie. Plushies are not the most hard objects, so yeah.
And I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was going to kill myself during an argument, but Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say she's going to kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening.
I would love to see the video just to see the evidence.
Of everything that I watched throughout these videos, Mizkif has a common theme of being insecure about his status and his stature in the content creator sphere. You would think somebody who is as big as him would feel like he is more of a success. But listening to Emiru talk about a time where Mizkif decided to drive 150 miles per hour again on the road, it seems as though
that's right. I forgot about that.
Constantly questioning who he is and his place in the hierarchy of creators.
This wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did. A lot of the time, like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food and he was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, like, huh, yeah, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about killing himself while doing it.
And I'm always a guy of pattern recognition. So when I went to do my digging for this video, it seems as though this is something that he struggled with before. Who he is and people around him surpassing him. Hell, even his ex, Maya, who the internet through this research is claiming that he also did abuse her, he showed some signs of insecurity towards her and her growing viewership when they were together.
Oh yeah, I actually found a video clip of Mizkif abusing Maya as well, which I will also be showing later in the video. Oh my, the allegations just don't seem to end.
I was terrified. I couldn't understand what was happening. My viewers were dropping, Maya's were only going up. And there was a part of me that thought that I was going to be smaller than her, and I don't know if it was my ego or what.
I think you just might be jealous.
But I couldn't take it. I felt like shit. And I was on the phone with Austin, and then XQC, I somehow got on a call with him, and he talked to me for hours, making me feel better about it. And he did. And I genuinely, after talking to him, felt a lot better. And I don't think he even realizes what he did for me in that call, but he really did help me a lot. I was nonstop. It's all I could think about is that she was beating me as a streamer and I was going to die. But then he reminded me that women have a cap and men just grow as streamers, and that's pretty much just fucking it.
Hey, man.
What?
Real classy dudes, these guys
What?
are. Just stand up, guys. Stand up, guys. This leads us to our biggest claim in this video. This is where Emiru claimed that Mizkif did two things. One, he gave her a black eye by throwing a phone at her, and two, he committed SA against her.
He would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him, like, I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruised very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye. I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to start to try to distance myself from him. So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding.
You know, when it comes to abusers, they do try to basically comfort the victim so that they can try to build that trust and build Stockholm Syndrome, because how I see it, it does seem to me like women do tend to be more loyal to men than men are loyal to women, from what I have been told while growing up and from what others have told me. And yeah, it really does suck. It really does suck that loyalty can be taken advantage of really easily. And yeah, I don't know what else I can say.
Holding me really close to him, and when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with.
Yeah, and I think that applies to basically a lot of people. Who the hell wants to be touched by someone you don't know? That's weird.
But, I let him hold me while I was crying, and he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants, and, I screamed, and when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like... And, instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go. And he immediately left my house.
He did do something wrong.
Now, I think Emiru is somebody who just came.
Oh, come on, please. Not now.
Once you get a taste for
Man, I'm going to need to get an ad blocker soon. This is ridiculous.
Came out of the Twitchcon situation where she got assaulted, knows how serious this is, knows that she can't just levy these allegations, you know, baselessly and aimlessly. And anybody who is a victim of SA, like, I'm standing with you totally. Especially after Mizkif comes and gives his explanations as to how both situations happened. I have no choice but to believe her wholeheartedly, because what he says is just hogwash and baloney.
She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat. I'm brushing my teeth. Right here. Look at me. I would throw my phone on the bed. I would just lob it over because I was going to bed.
Bad idea. Don't throw...
That's what you want us to believe? Now,
don't do that. Just don't throw your phone in bed in general, because you never know when your phone's gonna break or what, for whatever reason. Please don't do that.
I don't believe that black eye
Okay.
for 1 second. You're telling me that you casually tossed your phone in water bottles or whatever the case may be, and it's something that just so happened to hit her in her eye to give her a black eye? Now, let me ask you this. Why, after that situation, was Emiru going on live stream lying to people about how she got the black eye?
I actually had, like, a small black eye from running into something, and no one could tell.
I thought I
Oh,
because it was really bad.
okay.
What did you run into? I was like turning a corner really fast.
So basically, she had to lie about getting the black eye to basically protect herself. Damn.
And I hit like the bottom of my eye socket on the wall.
Y'all couldn't even come up with a better excuse as to how she got the damn black eye. Like, that's abuse victim 101. Running into a doorknob or door hinge or whatever to hit her in the eye socket. And apparently it was really, really bad. She wasn't showing her face or couldn't show her face and talked about covering it up. But she got that from a phone hitting her in the face. I can't believe that for 1 second. And if that's the excuse that you're going to use for the black eye, let's hear the excuse that you used for the essay.
We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food.
BJ's? 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 On a case like this? Come on, man.
And then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted.
I would love to see the evidence.
She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general.
No mention of the crime.
I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
No mention of the crying, and again, if you were in a situation in which you thought this was the next step, advancing to the next stage, y'all were cuddling and stuff like that, especially in a time of distress, you would have no problem with having a conversation with her right after. Kind of acknowledging that, hey, I read the room wrong. You yelping and leaving in the way that you did seems as though you did something that you knew you were guilty for. If Mizkif didn't give enough bad excuses after bad excuses on this live stream, he then doubles down on what Emiru kind of alluded to at the end of her stream, and the fact that, hey, Mizkif is going to try to paint me to be some sort of a villain in this conversation.
Wow.
And the way that he does that is by playing the animal card, the same card that they tried to use on Hassan last week.
Emiru
Wow.
has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those
Wow. Wow. You're gonna go to her pets now? Come on, man.
rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail. She completely...
Man, the donation the donation bot that's reading out the donations is so damn annoying.
neglected those rabbits so much that many of them just died over 1 year of being
But I get it. This is their main source of income.
around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible. And my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
What? Oh.
The
Here's
hell?
a video up close of Emiru's rabbits.
I think it's odd.
These are small little mites that are inside the rabbit cage.
If you knew that the rabbits were struggling, if you felt that the rabbits weren't being fed, then why didn't you feed them? I mean, I don't know what rabbits eat, but I would assume you do, considering that you do have contact with these rabbits. Why didn't you feed them? I don't understand.
And she didn't care. She completely neglected these animals, and I'm not going to sit around and let people say that she didn't. People who came to my house knew that they were neglected.
What's that?
This is an up-close view of the rabbit cage being completely disgusting and neglected. She left them to die, and I'm not going to sit here and have her pretend she didn't. It's fucking disgusting.
So let me get this straight. Your ultimate combatant to the essay allegations, the DV allegations, the verbal abuse allegations is the fact that Emiru was neglectful to rabbits that were also in your house and in your care. I don't think that that's like...
Wait, the rabbits were in his house and in his care? Oh my god. Wow, come on.
the best excuse in the world. Actually, I don't think it's an excuse at all. It's a non-excuse. It's crazy because he's trying to play this internet game that a lot of content creators try to do, in which they utilize their audience and their feelings towards a situation in order to paint somebody or someone else in a bad light. I'm gonna be quite honest with you though, gang. This is falling on deaf ears. Nobody cares about these rabbits in this situation when there are claims of SA that you admitted and acknowledged, when there are claims of DV which you gave an excuse about, and when there there are claims of threats, violence, and other things. You are an insecure man, and that is a invalid excuse, full stop. Now, what Mizkif did to close out his stream is he gave a pretty eerie and ominous threat to other content creators and streamers out there that he knows personally.
I am going to stand up for myself. I am going to defend myself in these situations. I am not going away. I have no plans to go away. And I believe...
Okay, so basically, this is a strategy to so basically, him releasing dirt about other YouTubers and streamers or whatever, this is clearly just a strategy just to basically minimize the negative impact on him and move it to someone else. That seems to be like a strategy so that he can become more positively received again.
A lot of the situations today were absolutely exaggerated. I have dozens of photos and videos, calls and messages as well, if she has them. I have things I will be leaking over the next few days of other people, of other things. I have a lot of messages that I have that I'm going to expose as time goes on.
So he's basically dragging him into the situation.
Because I do believe that this is a time to go fucking buck wild.
So you've been sitting on these other videos.
So basically what he's saying is he's felt like he's got nothing to lose, so he's going to go down swinging.
And other evidence of people doing SA or DV or just other disgusting stuff from your content creator and streamer friends. Got it. We hear you loud and clear. And I think that is a bow on this specific conversation, but it opens up the present of a bigger conversation. Twitch, the community, the streamers, the content creators have problems, like real problems.
Of
Not
course.
like, oh, we can't figure out which platform to stream on, but no, these are people who are violent. And it's disgusting because in his attempt to defend himself, Mizkif is ultimately admitting that, yeah, I know that streamers commit these atrocities. I just hide them, just like other streamers do. But I tell you what, Mizkif, you go ahead and you release that information. Release that information. I want
Absolutely.
you to, because we can pack them and you up. We can pack everybody up.
Yes.
Because there's no way that we should be platforming anybody who has these levels of skeletons in their closet. You honestly just don't deserve a platform. For Emiru, I'm praying for you, to be quite honest with you. Like you said, this is a hell of a year, and your assaults are getting caught on camera and getting admitted to by the people that are doing the assaults. What a hell of a time that we live in. I'm hoping and praying that Twitch does the right thing. By the time this video goes out, Mizkif should be banned if they want to stay true to what they say. But they'll probably do what I expect them to do in my thoughts that I've shared in a Patreon video on my Patreon. And soon to be memberships. Anyway, this is disgusting. I gotta get off this app.
All right. Damn. I hope you all understand the severity of this situation, right? Because it's freaking insane. Oh yeah, and by the way, the next video I'm going to be showing you is the evidence that the other guy was recently talking about. The evidence is actually by XQC, and we're going to be showing you the evidence in regarding to the regarding to Mizkif's jealousy of Emiru getting more views on his streams. So we're going to watch it.
The old clip. It's a rough server. Chat, I'm excited. We got some stuff. We're going to start talking to people again. We're going to hang out a little bit.
Got raw pork.
I'll fucking take it.
Would you like some raw pork?
Yeah, I'll fucking take raw pork.
Damn, he's using a lot of profanity.
Enjoy.
So I thought, why not build a house up here?
I can pay rent in your house.
Okay, let's do it. Yep. Oh, wait, check this out. Look here.
Ooh.
Not bad, huh?
House. Wait, our houses literally look exactly the same.
Yep.
What the? Okay, it's just the game, but... Oh, he's actually showing the evidence. Oh, I didn't realize. The top shows Mizkif's view count, and the bottom shows Emiru's view count. Oh my god.
The biggest sweats, you retard. They're the biggest sweats.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's go, let's do it, dude. We'll join the resistance. You're spelling it wrong? Yeah, my bad. No, I hardly slept last night. It's why I seem tired today. Because I'm honestly fucking tired, chat, I'll be honest. I'm pretty tired. I'm just tired. Alright, chat. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, he just
see you
ended the
guys,
stream.
Probably tonight,
and
not tomorrow. I just need a nap. I'm fucking zooted out of my mind.
oh yeah, by the way, I think I remember.
Unofficial Mizraid mean.
Oh yeah, but I remember hearing something about the fact that very rarely do Mizkif and Emiru stream together at the same time. So apparently, whenever one's like, usually whenever like one of them is streaming, the other is not for like whatever reason. I guess maybe because they have like the same amount of they hold like the same amount of, they have like the same viewers or something. That's what I remember.
Listen, why are we all acting?
Wait,
like
was
we
that?
haven't murdered
That was Mizkif from behind the door, wasn't it?
Like we haven't had to do what we had to do to make it here. She had a one-hit advantage. She was coming after me.
Yep, that was Mizkif banging.
Was that a test?
Emiru, you can look at Emiru's face. It gives it all away. Something's wrong. And I wish I had known about this ahead of time, but I didn't. Wait, what happened to the audio?
Go to the restroom quick. I'll be right back. There you go. Yeah, she's trapped now.
Bonnie, look what I did.
Sick, okay, sick, okay. I'm stuck in here. Okay, sick.
Oh my god.
Make some stats.
Chat, guys, I'm about to tell you a secret about streaming chat that every streamer wants to avoid talking about, okay? But you guys, I've told this before, but it seems like I gotta say it again. Drops events are actually worse for the viewers, but it looks the opposite. So it's like a massive conundrum, okay? It's a massive conundrum where you have less actual viewers than usual, by a long shot, by the way. By a long shot, okay?
Didn't know about that.
It appears to be that you have more because of the drops shit. So everybody convinced themselves this matters when it doesn't, and everybody tries to measure their dick when it's like it's like if everybody was like force fed fucking dick pills and nobody knows about it, right? And then the next day they go, yo, dude, let me look at your cock. Let me look at it. And then they get this massive flopper, and then they go, what the fuck? And then they get mad about how big each other is when everybody's like on massive dick inflator pills. Does that make sense? None of it is real. Why would you even care? None of it is real.
I appreciate the context from XQC. I really appreciate it. Who, by the way, is also a content creator as well. A Twitch streamer as well.
Abaragi, thanks for the sub.
And you know what's so interesting? I actually ended up learning about XQC through one of Smosh's video when Anthony Padilla was actually returning to Smosh. When Anthony actually ended up leaving Smosh back in like 2017. And then like years later, Anthony returned to Smosh, and Ian's mom also made a comeback, and she mentioned XQC, and that's when I first learned about him for the first time. But anyways, I'm sorry for getting sidetracked.
Hold on.
But alright, yeah, I'm gonna
Wait, she was right.
Now, but I'll probably come back later.
Yeah, I'm not
if not today, then tomorrow or my normal time. So
I'm just trying to see. Am I not allowed to see a clip and to try to? A big part of these troubles with my was like just over. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is not a secret. I think Miz is horrible with these streams. Blah. Yeah, a lot of people. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? It's yeah. I hate to bring this up again. I feel like it's gonna be kind of weird. It's like the Drake and Abel conundrum. It's like the you read about this. It's the master and the apprentice conundrum. A lot of literature speak of it. Okay, it's you've been around for a long time. You worked really hard. You get to a certain point in your craft. Yeah. The laws of power taught me this. Okay, and then it's like a lot of people. There's a wide ranging of characteristics that we can have, but some people are more prone to this, where they feel like, oh, dude, I'm the master or whatever because I did all this, right? Fair enough. Then if you onboard somebody ends up, let's say, streaming with you, whatever. some people will feel some way like, oh yeah, like I'm teaching them the way, I'm introducing this to you, whatever, right? And they're very happy and very nice about how they treat you, right? When you're under them, right? When you're around them and you're below them. But the master will feel a certain way, right? When the apprentice becomes an equal or an above. That's when the trouble kicks in. If you are prone to that type of, nobody's completely immune to it, but people are more prone to it, and then they crash the fuck out. Okay, crash the fuck out. Then they get all they get all weird. They get all weird, and this is the way it is. It's some people it's easier to deal with. Some people less easier to deal with. You guys are fucking weird. You guys are fucking weird. Even make this even close to me about it. Brother, I've onboarded people that have surpassed me over and over again and been on good terms. It's always been the same thing. You're dumb as fuck. You are so stupid.
Damn.
Bro.
Damn.
Moxie was
What's up with
me,
the insult?
Okay, and even when he dodged my schedule to be on different times because he wanted to have his own stream and have his own numbers, I supported him as best as I could. I was still his friend. I never was worried about it, and he knows that. And he even grew, and he aged enough to this day that he acknowledges because we asked him about this, and he knows that around us, other streamers have not treated their other person good, the way that we did it to each other. Okay, and it's why I think if you're one thing that I praise myself and him about is we're better than everybody else. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And all the stream Joes out there on Twitch, me and Moxie clear everybody because we didn't let none of that shit go through and actually be annoying. And it's the same thing with Tyler and Greek to a certain extent. But for a lot of other people after that era, I can't speak. It actually makes me mad. Yo, I will sound schizo if I uncover all the people that have done it to each other. It's fucking weird. It is so weird.
Oh, is that it? Oh, okay, that's it. All right. XQC ended up going into a little bit more about himself at the end there, but you know what? That's fine. That's the evidence that we found. That's the first piece of evidence that we have so far, and I'm starting to realize that this episode's going to be a little longer than 90 minutes, but you know what? That's okay. A couple of my previous episodes were under an hour long, so I am willing to make this episode a 2-hour episode just to make up for lost time. So with that being said, we're going to go over this next video right now by a YouTuber by the name of Twitch Scroobing, which basically also discusses more evidence in regards to the Emiru allegations against Mizkif. So with that being said, we're going to pull it up and we're going to play it right now.
Hey guys, we have some very intriguing information to go and show you guys with more evidence that's kind of popped up, kind of against Mizkif in all honesty. Number one, we're going to be showing you guys two different major parts. One is going to be in regards to Maya, where he actually goes and throws things at her and basically harasses her on
my God.
Like the old Real Housewives podcast 20 years ago when they were both together. And as well, part two of this, some very intriguing information that was trying to go be like kind of presented or leaked, exposed, whatever word would be best to be used for it, around 2023, where Emiru actually had to go leave her stream and leaked DMs from Mizkif basically harassing her, and some people are actually, this is like big speculation, okay?
Wow.
Big speculation. Potentially he gave her a black eye throughout this entire experience.
The black eye.
So I'm not trying to be like a Mizkif hate monger, but right now these are going pretty viral everywhere, and I feel like it's also just the time to show it. Like, this is really bad. I'm not a big fan of seeing this stuff. I think this looks very bad on Mizkif, and I just think it should be shown. Now, I do also want to let everyone know, obviously, like, take everything with a grain of salt, I guess, but it's hard to take video evidence and timestamp evidence as a grain of salt. We've also had a lot of people that have subscribed here on the channel. Thank you guys so much. If we do see any more responses on anyone, I'm like, I guess technically a drama channel. It's my second channel. I don't know what I'm really doing. So my heart kind of goes out to Emiru. This has been a crazy situation.
I understand.
It's going way more viral than probably anyone would expect, and especially after this Twitchcon vibe too as well. Just it's not good. So just thank you guys all for being here. Please go give like Emiru just a lot of love. So first and foremost, we're gonna be talking about this. There is a clip over here, I'm showcasing this, it's been going viral. An old video has resurfaced of Mizkif getting angry and throwing objects at his ex, Maya Higa, who discussed it on her podcast. And as you guys know, some of the big allegations from Emiru, like there's been some big stuff, but like controlling her, being like very obsessive, telling her what she can and can't do on stream, who she interacts with, how she makes content. And for a content creator, that's hard to say. But bigger things too is also throwing things at her. Mizkif went on his stream and it was kind of goofy. He was basically like, "Oh, I just had my phone and I was just throwing my phone at the bed after I got out of the shower, you know, whatever." Like whipping his thing and threw it on the ground like anyone thought that actually made any sense whatsoever. And then also there's been some allegations of Emiru having black eyes as well. Now don't get me wrong, there seemed like there was a few things that Emiru did wrong in that relationship, but like we're seeing more evidence against Mizkif, if that makes sense. Like I'm leaning more towards well, they both have to explain more with logs and other detail stuff because there's like business espionage, etc.
Yeah.
Today we're seeing more when it comes to Mizkif and his prior mistreatments. Typically, if it's a reoccurring thing, that's not a good thing at all. So this is the showcase right here.
No, I'm not talking to him today.
Basically, Mizkif goes and says, "I'm not talking to you today."
Well, nobody asked you to, so.
And then she just drops the "no one asked you to," gave him the death stare, like, "Bro, like I'm literally doing a stream, working while you doing this right now."
I'm not doing it.
Okay. Look at her face.
She's laughing about this. That didn't age well.
Maya unimpressed. That's what that was.
Oh!
And then you see this out of the blue. He just throws so this was like a crazy throw. But that
Of course.
was not a loving throw.
Of
That was
course,
not
but
a hand
still.
bust
Oh
on
my
phone on
god.
the bed. Like, let me just replay that because it's kind of random.
Okay.
The Real Housewives of Twitch. Huh.
So uninterested.
She said no.
Maya unimpressed. That's what that was.
Ooh.
Like right at her face. You can even see in the freeze frame over here just looking at
She
her.
looks
She's
very
like, "What on
upset
earth
too.
is
My
happening?"
god.
Back to Starbucks I got you over the past 2 days.
Then here's him being, "These are the Starbucks that I got these last few days." Kind of like throwing it against her, literally and figuratively.
Oh my god.
Skip, that was
Throw
not
it back.
funny.
Throw it back.
And even Cutie's like, "That's not funny." Like,
It better be. Oh my god, I would beat the shit out of him.
We're live.
Oh.
like what how
My
just sad she
god.
is. Like, so this is like the type of stuff that Emiru was trying to go highlight, that he would do this stuff or control them on stream or just make these situations extremely awkward.
We're live, she said.
And you can even look at her, look at her, bro. Like this is not how you should ever treat a girl, especially like your girlfriend, ever.
Oh yeah, this is the interview.
Being trapped in a car with an angry aggro man. That is.
And once again,
Oh yeah, this is the
Yuri
in.
Maya, his ex. If you guys don't
Yeah.
know, his ex.
Oh yeah, this is Maya's interview with Cutie Cinderella. I guess that's what somebody else was talking about earlier in this video. So yeah.
Being trapped in a car with a crazy man. What was Emiru saying? He was going 150 miles an hour going down Austin saying how he wants to himself. And Mr. Beast gets videos, maybe Lugwood, maybe whoever else it was, those Minecrafters at the time. Yeah, let's go and like, like what is this, dude?
It's like the absolute most.
Like once you have two girls committing this who are in very serious relationships with you, who also there is a power dynamic. At the time, for both of these women, he was a way bigger streamer. So obviously, you want to grow, you want to make money, you want to make your relationship happy, whatever it might be.
Helpless thing, dude. I did a guy that would go like 100 miles an hour on the, like we would fight in the car.
What was Emiru literally saying? And this is without a doubt, like abusive, manipulative. Like this is literally like, I'm in control of your life.
God damn it! I'm gonna need to pause again. Hang on. Again, I'm sorry.
Never my decision. Like it just always like happened. Like we just would. Like,
It always conveniently happened. It keeps going. Like this is like him choosing to do this.
Fight in the car, and then he'd go like 100, and I would like literally like beg him to slow down. I'd be so scared. And
It's a power thing. This is crazy. This is literally, as a man, I can call this out because like none of my guy friends would do this. I would never do this. If me and my girl had an issue, we sit down and just talk about it like normal people. Like, bro, what is this?
And then he would not slow down, so I apologize.
Damn.
Whoa. So then I started driving only. Like I wouldn't let him drive me anywhere. But then.
Understandable.
While I was driving, he would like pound my ceiling in my glove box. He would like scary.
Damn.
This is absolutely crazy. Like this is once again reoccurring that he's like hitting. He was talking about how he was breaking walls and stuff with Emiru, and then he was like, "Oh well, she's throwing plushies at me."
Yeah, basically, it's not good. It's showing that Mizkif is a repeat offender when it comes to women, and yeah, maybe he's not ready for a relationship.
Like, brother, I mean, obviously, maybe you guys can make comments on it because like she got hit in the head with a plastic or paper bag, which is still Sure, but it's more of like the consistencies of it all. Like if a girl is throwing a plush at me, I think she's being playful. Like that's like my girl work, we're kind of being cutesy with it. If I'm literally punching walls, that's a completely different dynamic. And that kind of went to the big comments too of like them doing the mm-ms themselves, where it was for say Emiru, it was right after she was like threatened by people, you know? And like it's like I just can't handle my life. Versus say a Mizkif thing where it might have been like him being like I literally can't live my life without you. And I think anyone with the brain can realize there's two different things. One is like a random person stalking someone, making the situation crazy, while the other one is like nuts. This video is getting really long as is. I'm not sure if you guys want me to go cover the other stuff. I might do it quickly in passing and maybe make a second video on it later on if you guys wanted. But like I'll cover it too in here. No reason I can't.
And scream like just call me terrible things while he was doing it.
Like he would be screaming at me and call me terrible things. Like
Oh
this
my
is
God.
scary stuff, especially for women, dude.
And then I'd pull over and be like, get out of my car, and he'd be like, no. And
Like this is crazy.
Damn.
Everything I'm hearing, this is crazy. This is like Mizkif to the T by how Emiru explained it. Like this is absolutely nuts. And like I said, like as a man, I would never let my friends do this. This is like bonkers. This is crazy. Like we would kick them out of their friend group. We've kicked people out like this in our friend groups who always want to test things, or like it's like the weirdo like I don't know, like sociopaths. Or like maybe you guys know if you guys ever went to parties in high school, college, whatever. It's like the dude who'd have like a lighter, and he'd just be playing with it, and then he'd like be like putting it on top of you, like you're literally having a normal conversation, like I'm just standing here talking to a girl or my friend or whatever, and then just out of the corner of my eye, I'd see some guy try to like light me literally on fire. Like this is the type of stuff, like this is the vibes that Mizkif gets, and it sucks because he got famous. Like he's over here and he's like he has this attention and viewership, so he has this power dynamic on these people. At least this is my take on it. Like this is nuts. Like I'm a Twitch partner myself, and I've had a chance to go talk to women like this. And guess what I do? I don't talk to them because there's a weird power dynamic. It's like parasocial. Like this dude's basically forming parasocial himself. Like he's a parasocialer. Creepy. He's a tier 3 mod. I keep on calling Mizkif. He's a tier 3 mod.
okay.
You can't talk to him. Don't interact with them. Why are you doing this? You're showing too much shirt. You're showing too much leg. You're doing this. You're doing this. It's like Mizkif, bro. You are a freak.
Damn. Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Oh my God. Please, no. Oh, he's carrying her. Oh. What? Oh my God.
He's like doing this.
Oh
stuff. I
my
mean, I've
God.
playfully done stuff with my SOs like this, dude. Like, you know, I got my girls
Oh
and stuff.
my God.
It's
Why?
a little too comfortable, bro.
Why?
It's a little too nonchalant. It's a little too.
Why?
Is there are now rumors that a girl has a black eye?
Why?
Of
Why?
all this, all, dude. Like, it's. I don't want to cast.
He's trying to hug it out.
Because
You can't just resolve.
Relationship.
You can't resolve pain.
Stuff with your girl. I have.
You can't just resolve pain with a hug. It's not that simple.
Happens. But like I think you guys can understand just by watching this. This is like, it's worse, dude. It's worse. Now I might make another video on this because it's a little bit more of a deep dive. But I did want to touch. If you guys want it, let me know. I can, or subscribe or whatever. I can do it. But basically, there was a big drama over here. I'll summarize it too. Where during one of her streams, she literally like went on the stream itself, and she was doing some things like having like her legs open, like very in pajama pants, mind you, in pajama pants.
Sure.
And eventually, she had to leave the stream, as you guys can see on this YouTube VOD. This is back in 2023, when they were both actively dating. She had to leave for like a half hour. Like she was gone. Like look, she was gone for a while. She was doing a drinking stream, and then people were saying that she may have actually gotten potentially hit by him during the stream because she came.
Oh
back
yeah,
and she was
that.
in a horrible mood. Everything went like kind of bad. She started crying at some point too throughout the stream, and people were saying she had to reapply her makeup potentially, and she had a black eye. Like I said, we might, if you guys want, I can do a more of a deeper dive into it. But basically, she also removed this VOD and also even brought up that she got a black eye a week or two ago. Now, this is like once again a stretch because it depends on if she verifies this or not. She was talking about how she also got hit in the head with like a phone, etc. So there's a lot more with it. But if you guys want a deeper dive, I can do a video on this later on. But just kind of also highlighting even more evidence that it seems like there's a reoccurring behavior on Mizkif, and everything here that's coming popping on off is really not good. Like there's text logs, and he's like I can show this really quick. It's like, I'm not trying to attract weird people. Basically, once again, reconfirming that he's trying to control her stream, how she acts, assuming she's baiting like stalkers and weirdos, etc. Because all she's doing is like sitting crisscross applesauce, and she's wearing literally pants. Like if she was wearing a skirt, a dress, or something else, sure, but she is literally wearing pajama pants. So there's just a lot of various things that we're kind of seeing. that kind of backs her up. Like, there's actual evidence out here. If you guys want more deep dives as we see it, like I said, let me know and subscribe. But like, this is kind of not good for Mizkif. Like, there's actual video and timestamp of this stuff potentially happening with her. Like, it's actually really, really not good. Although I would love a slice of pizza.
So would I. I would.
Got some good pizza herself. Give me your thoughts and comments and everything down below. I appreciate you guys all very much for watching, on the new subscribers and such. On anyone who put on the notifications, whatever. We'll keep you guys in the loop. And just thank you guys all for watching. Talk to you guys soon.
All right. Now now that we got some more evidence out of the way. There's actually, let me show you this next clip right here. I think this might be a different one. Hold on. Oh yeah, this is a different piece of evidence that I actually found. And yeah, it's called Mizkif snaps at Maya live. He is done by Smug Meerkat. And yeah, let's watch this together because it's less than a minute long.
I think Miz is coming up here, but I
Oh,
think his
dear.
chat ratted on him.
Oh damn.
Spam when you
Come
say
on, chat.
something, Maya. They
Chat, she did.
spam for like
Loser!
there he is. He's
Loser!
He's joking.
Hey, that's third place.
Keep in mind, she's jokingly calling him a loser.
Third place.
Loser. Second loser.
Damn. He just stole her headphones.
That headset, you are DMing Shroud.
Wow.
Right now.
And he just dropped it too. My God. Whoa.
Go get the SIM jar.
Oh, this is.
He's in trouble.
Oh, this is bad. And they're laughing about it too. And I'm assuming they're laughing because they don't know how to react to this. Because clearly, in the inside, they are horrified.
what an attention whore you
And
are.
he's not giving it back to her. This is a very bad look. This is a very bad look, Mizkif. Very bad look. So, anyways, there's actually a couple more videos that I want to show you guys to conclude this whole episode. This next video I'm going to be showing you is by Asmin Gold, and it's only like 2 minutes long. So, let me pull it up.
I thought it was interesting. Somebody brought this up that he went live the minute that I went offline. So he didn't want me to see it. He didn't want me to live react to it.
That's insane.
She would throw
And targeted too.
punches at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was going to kill myself during an argument, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I
Yeah, a lot of people aren't buying it. Throwing plushies at someone does not make you a violent person.
punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was going to kill myself during an...
There's a lot of people that weaponize the idea of suicide in order for people they...
Oh yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. People do tend to weaponize destroying oneself as a way to guilt trip people, and you know, it really sucks because guilt can weigh heavily onto a person.
Use it as kind of like a get out of jail free card. So now you can't criticize me, or you can't actually hold me
Yeah, guilt is basically meant to appeal onto the emotional aspect of people.
accountable because I'm suicidal. No, bro, like, you can't do that.
A lot of it was not true. And I don't like that she was portraying that it was just me who was at fault. It was a toxic relationship, and that's what it was. Why was viewership so important?
It's a toxic relationship. Oh my fucking god. This is some, like, Amber Heard defense. Like, oh, we both made mistakes. Like, no. Bro, you...
Like, we haven't murdered.
Victim blaming.
Like, we haven't
Victim blaming.
See her trying to keep it together. Bro survived the plushie attacks of the great 21st century. 3K views in 40 minutes. This
They just the audience just let him have it. Oh my god.
Doors. Bro, you proved her point. Comforting someone and making them feel safe from their stalkers and then becoming their stalker is the last boss type of shit.
Wow.
Dislikes disabled by owner. Oh, you can't even do it? Damn. You can't even do it.
Can you clarify what, if anything, was said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said. And that is what's going to happen. Because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose. I'm sorry I don't. Go after me all you want.
Oh.
I have nothing to lose.
If he
You're
blackmails
doomed.
somebody else and tries to make somebody else look bad, that doesn't do anything for him. That's not going to make anybody else think like, oh, wow, you're a good guy now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to help anybody.
I think that's the video for Asmongold. Yeah, Mizkif is in a whole lot of trouble and he's screwed. His reputation is over. With that being said, the last video I will be going over is by a YouTuber by the name of Tectone, and he doesn't seem to be on the hate bandwagon as much, which is a unique perspective, and I do respect, because I do believe we should have multiple perspectives, because so that we can get like the full story out, and like to show people, hey, we're all human and we all think differently and we see things different and it's okay. So with that being said, we're going to show you the video, and yeah, this is going to be the last video for this episode, and yeah, let's watch it.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, what's up?
Before I begin this video, that I know a lot of people have been waiting on me for a very long time to make, I want to make one thing perfectly clear.
All right.
This video is not for content. This video isn't to be in I told you so. This video really isn't a pile on the Mizkif train right now. It's
That's
really
true.
not.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good point. With the amount of people that are already throwing their attacks on Mizkif already, I think we gotta be careful when we just try to attack someone, because you don't know what others are going through, right? And obviously Mizkif does deserve the hate that he gets, but so there's no but for this. I just hope that moving forward we're all gonna be in a better place. That's what I will say.
This video is very important to me to talk about. I take no enjoyment in this. I take no pride in this. You might see me make a joke or two on Twitter, because hearing a fucking stuffed animal is a deadly weapon.
Oh yeah, that.
To me. But this is just kind of, people want to hear what I have to say, and I'm going to say it. I will also preface this video. This is not a video where I will ever talk about the trials and tribulations and issues that I had with Miz. It's not the time. It's not the place.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you had drama with him.
And rather than garnering any sympathy from me, I'd rather you just go support the other people instead. I don't need any sympathy. I don't need any pity. Please go support and listen to them, and support them the best you can, and I appreciate that. I will say this, Miz, in case you're watching this, I do hope you take care of yourself. I do. I know you're kind of going down this route of you want to drop nukes on everybody and watch the whole world burn.
Yep.
That's fine, and that's dandy. It's not really going to change anything, is it?
Nope. No, it
really.
won't.
You can do whatever it is you want to do, but my suggestion is just that you simply retire, move forward with your life. You have the money, and
Yeah, because being an internet creator can be an extremely stressful job, considering how competitive it is.
Keep on living. This whole situation is just very disheartening, because the longer that I exist...
I'm sorry about that. Let's try this again.
This whole situation is just very disheartening.
Indeed, it is.
The longer that I exist in the space, the longer that my community, others' community will realize that the people who have been shit-talking me and blacklisting me and slandering me are slowly coming out for everyone to realize that, man, if someone's shit-talking me, it's pretty much a big red flag at this point, and trust me.
Yep. The more that you're alive, the more experience that you have with the internet and whatever, the more wisdom you end up developing. And let's be real, we've all went through a lot of wisdom over time, from like back from the dramas from the 2010s, from Jacob Sartorius, back when it was popular to hate him, to the drama involving Team 10 and Rice Gum and Jake Paul and Logan Paul and, you know, the drama from the good old days, you know, but I digress.
The things I get to talk about later are going to be even better. What's hilarious is I've already won, but I'm really enjoying my time off, so I'm not even going to talk about it yet. But I got some great things to talk about later.
That's good. Good. Another ad. God, I am so sorry for the ads that have been happening throughout this video. This video is not sponsored by anyone. Just to make it very clear out there for YouTube, it's just ads that keep popping up on my YouTube videos. I really need to get an ad blocker, but the problem is YouTube doesn't like ad blockers, so I don't know what I could do.
For any female streamer, for any young streamer that's in this space, I hope that you can learn from this.
He's referencing Emiru.
Of the large streamers that frequently orchestrate large collaborative events, I'm letting you know those are the shitbags in the space. Those who constantly bring on other large streamers onto their platform over and over and over and over again, things will eventually come out. They will. They will. If you're a young female in this space, and someone comes up to you and they say, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, I can do this for you, just run. For real. Just get away, you know? I'm not going to say that you're going to be sexually assaulted, but you're going to be used, you're going to be manipulated, and, you know, that even also goes for any man. I mean, let's just look at Twitch the other day. If you're a man and you get sexually assaulted on stream, bro, the woman got banned for 24 hours. I don't even remember the dumb.
Oh, yeah. He's referencing to Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer.
Whore's name, but that shit blew my fucking mind.
Insane.
Getting very tired of this streaming space as of late. Is anybody else getting tired of it?
I am.
When drama was just this person called that person a funny name, and now they're going to yell about it. Now it's just crimes. It's sad, really. It's disheartening. It doesn't feel good to share that news. It's crazy what this system can do to people.
Yeah. And I'm actually glad he's mentioning this because from the sounds of it, there are basically systems in place that basically do create this cycle of fame, virtue, and abuse. That basically, there's this cycle out there when it comes to like the content creating community, such as being a Twitch streamer or YouTuber or whatever it is that may be. There is a system out there that basically allows people to basically be exploitative to others and maybe get away with it. Because when you are creating content for money, greed does tend to play like a massive role, because wealth is pretty important to our survival, whether we all like it or not. And yeah, basically this whole cycle. And that's not even to mention, like, you spend like a lot of time making content, and especially with these Twitch streamers, they stream for like hours and hours and hours, and the stress will eventually get to them, and sometimes the stress will be released in negatively harsh ways, or people will get caught up in the moment, or even some YouTube content creators like MatPat will eventually like burn out and retire because the workload just becomes like too much. But with the whole system of how people get views for their content, you can't really like stop, especially with the high demand for content, because people really love watching videos and streams, and there's like a whole bunch of people who want to compete to get that demand like as well. So basically, our system is kind of like this, mainly because of our like internet culture as well. And yeah, honestly, I don't know. I have nothing else to say right now, so let's continue watching.
I don't really want to touch on anything criminal that Miz has been accused of.
Yeah.
I have no interest in that. I'll leave that
Understood.
to the parties at be. I've
Understood.
no desire to touch on that or dogpile on that. But what I will say is that Mizkif is a cautionary tale of what a man who will do anything for 5 extra viewers, 10 extra viewers,
Greed.
100
Greed.
viewers, 1,000
Greed.
viewers. And I think it speaks volumes because if you think he's the only person like that, I'm sorry, there's many, many, many more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
People in this space don't really see you as human beings anymore. They see you as a means to an end. They see you as...
Yeah, unfortunately, at the end of the day, content creating is a business, and you're trying to earn as much as you can so that you can live a good, healthy, long life. You know? And have your needs get taken care of course.
a dollar sign. They see you as an increase to your viewership. With other streamers like Ludwig saying 95% of the people he interacts with on stream, he wouldn't even go to their funeral.
Oh my god, I'm getting tired of these ads. I'm getting really tired of these ads. I'm sorry. And it's taken a while to load. Alright, I may need to pause this video real quick. And right when I pause it, the video starts playing. Wow. Wow, my recording system is ass.
I don't remember it always being this way. But the system...
Yeah, I believe that. It's very, of course, nobody is born this way. It's basically people become bad people based on culture and environmental factors and a whole bunch of other stuff and lived experiences as well. So it's a character that tends to be like developed over time.
Is driving people to madness. It's letting them become victims.
Which is why we need to have systematic change. But I don't think we will be able to develop systematic change unless we change the culture and we try to systematically change stuff ourselves, because basically the corporations and the government will not do anything to basically keep us safe. So in order for systematic change to even happen, we have to change the damn culture. And I'm sorry that I have to keep saying that this is a cultural issue, but it is. I don't trust it. As you all know, I don't tend to trust authority. Obviously, this is not related to Twitch in general or companies in general, but you get the idea. We need a systematic change, and in order to do that, we have to change the culture within ourselves to make sure that we have actual systems in place to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again, to where something like abuse doesn't happen over again, to ensure that people are able to make their money effectively. Because I want people to make money. I want people to of course, I want everyone to make as much money as they can from their content, because I believe in free market. I believe in the free market when it comes to social media. I believe that free market. I believe we should have lots of content creators so that people will be able to find whatever the hell they're looking for. So that's what I'll say.
To the demons of their own minds. And I want to say to any streamer watching this, try to unplug. It's one of the best decisions you can ever make. I know a lot of people, you want to keep the cogs turning, feed the machine. Guys, I'll be real.
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of people say unplug or do something. It actually does work. I've actually tried that myself, and it really does actually work, because it allows you to relax and let all the stress go and just basically reflect on life. You'll be given a chance to basically reflect on your own life and see what you did right or wrong or whatever it is may be.
I could come back to streaming anytime I want. At this point in time, I have no reason not to, besides the amount of personal growth that I'm currently experiencing, as well as physical health and spiritual health, is outstanding. And I think content creation can lead a lot of people to become victims to the demons of their own mind and victims of the machine.
Absolutely.
Take a break. Step back. Realize if you taking a break for your mental health is truly going to destroy your career, did you really destroy that career regardless? And is it really that sustainable long term? You will slip up. You will do something out of character. You will do something that will ruin.
Yeah, because we're all human beings. We're bound to make mistakes. It's just a matter of, can we learn from them?
Your life, and I promise you, your 15 minutes of fame truly isn't worth it. I mean, look at all the women who have begun to glorify the idea that for $5 you can see their asshole.
Oh my God, yes, that's so terrible.
It's sickening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anything to further their careers. I mean, I've heard of women who have offered sexual favors to streamers to just get a raid.
What the hell?
I've heard
Oh my God.
streamers, male streamers, tell women that if they do sexual favors for them, they'll get a raid. And I think it's disgusting how sex has now become a tool for profit and exposure when it once was a sacred act that you would do with one person who you would want to be there for the rest of your life.
And when you hear situations like this makes me more empathetic to both the economic left and the cultural right, because they care about safety, and this is what a lack of safety can bring. This is what a lack of safety can cause, and it's really scary.
And live a nice.
We need to make sure that there are at least cultural and economic barriers to make, well, not barriers so much to the point where like it hinders people's careers, but like basically guardrails to make sure that everyone is safe. You know what I mean?
Quiet, humble life, sharing this intimate practice with the one person you consider your soulmate. People's values are disappearing day by day.
Absolutely.
The pursuit of fame, the pursuit of fortune is really making people show their true colors, and it's not pretty.
Yeah. Yep. Sadly, that's true.
I take no enjoyment in everything that's currently being discovered over the past 24 hours. But I did just want to warn you guys of what happens when you pursue view after view after view, content after content after content, and you disregard your own mental well-being, and you disregard everything that is real in life in pursuit of what is fake.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to take care of their mental health. Please make sure that you are in the right state of mind. I want to make sure that everyone is feeling okay as well, just so that if you guys are not feeling mentally well, please let me know, and I'll see what I can do for you. And yeah, let's finish up this video.
May everyone watching this have a wonderful day. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all are taking care of yourself. Please, never kill yourself. Your life is worth living. What hardships you are currently experiencing, you will get through. And thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, it really does not help that Twitch is fostering a kind of culture, and it's fostering a culture and fostering systems that basically allow for abuse to even happen in the first place. And it really, really, really sucks. I really hope that Emiru is doing okay now, and my heart really does go out to her, and I hope Mizkif gets the help that he needs. And yeah, with that being said, that's going to be it for this episode of the Political Freedom Fighters. Wow, this episode was pretty long. Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and I'm not going to do a silent moment because it just doesn't feel right. Anyways, I'll see you all later. Peace out.